And back to the topic at hand, I was just trying to tell you, this is the same guy that produced my movie, George Escobar. He is an award-winning film producer, the #1 faith movie in America for 2 years running, Isaiah 9:10 Judgment. He produced that movie. So he produced my movie, the same title as my book, The Rabbi Who Found Messiah. The book and the movie going crazy. The book is in its second printing, Brandon, and it's only been out, right as of now, it's been out 3 months. It was officially released 3 months ago. It's already, the first run edition is completely sold out. You can't get them anywhere. The second edition is now on the shelves. You can get it everywhere. And the DVD, of course, is still out there going crazy. But what's really exciting to me, folks, is that the book and the movie, box loads of them, have made it to Israel. Now, I've got some supernatural stuff to tell you, folks, before we move on to these other stories. And by the way, we've got the whole 2 hours today. Brandon and I, we're here. We've got tons of stuff to share with you. If you want to be a part of this, 623-1330, area code 850. Feel free and call in. And but, Brandon, here's what's happened. The book and the movie have made it to Israel. And I'm going to tell the listeners the quick story behind that, because that is absolutely supernatural how that happened. Not only that, but the book and the movie have made it to the Israeli Bible Society, and they are working with publishers and copyright laws trying to get at least the movie dubbed into Hebrew and perhaps the book translated into Hebrew, because there is an outcry among the people over there. They want it. They want to read about it. They know about it. They know what the book is about. They know the topic. They know where it goes. They know the movie, but they want to be able to share it with people all over Israel. And most of the people in Israel can speak English. I was told by a missionary there who was born and raised in Israel, who speaks Hebrew as his first language. He told me, he says, most of the Israelis can speak English, but many of them have a hard time reading it. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like me. I speak conversational Spanish all day long. I've gone down to Peru back and forth by myself, stayed 8 or 9, 10 days, spoke nothing but Spanish the whole time I was there. So I can speak it very well conversationally, but I can hardly read a lick of it. I mean, I learn every time I go. I pick up Spanish literature. I'm looking on the street signs and asking, what does that mean? And you know, it's different from being, well, it's like a 4-year-old child can speak eloquently, but they can't read for another 2 or 3 years. So same thing. The Hebrew people can speak English, many of them very well, but they cannot read it at the level at which my book was written. And so anyway, just pray about that, folks, because if we can get the DVD translated, or excuse me, dubbed with subtitles, if you will. Did I say that right? Subtitles? Is that right?
Yeah,
no,
that's right.
Okay, in English, and then the book translated into Hebrew. I mean, subtitled into Hebrew, and the book translated.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, but listen, folks, it's even better than that. So on top of all of that, if you've seen the movie, and I know many of you have, or if you've read the book, there's a guy that appears in the book and in the movie. His name is Zev, Z-E-V, Porat, P-O-R-A-T. Now, for those of you that have seen the movie, you'll remember him. He's kind of a bald-headed guy, big, stocky guy. Looks like he's probably in his mid to late 30s. He is sitting at a table, a picnic table, and he's ministering to, translating some of Kaduri's students who have come to faith in Jesus Christ as a result of Kaduri's teaching in his rabbinical training school. Now, this is before Kaduri died. And they're in the movie, and that's to prove that Kaduri was teaching, even before he released this cryptic mystery note, that he was teaching that the name of Messiah is Jesus, which is just unthinkable for an Orthodox rabbi to do that. Not only that, but the most venerated, the most famous rabbi in modern Israel's history. 350,000 people came to his funeral, closed the streets of Jerusalem down. The president of Israel delivered the eulogy. I mean, this guy, he wasn't some little obscure rabbi tucked away in the bowels of Jerusalem. This guy was famous. And his students, now, Zev Porat told me on the phone the other day that now 10 of them have come to faith in Jesus Christ as a result of Kaduri's teachings.
Wow.
So now they've got their hands on the book and the movie, and Zev Porat showed my movie to Kaduri's students, and they're going crazy over it.
So am I just crazy, or am I maybe understanding that once again we're seeing Bible prophecy come true in our lifetime that started in Deuteronomy before Israel was ever a nation?
Before they were ever a nation, yeah.
And continued throughout the prophets of the Old Testament, and then Jesus declaring it himself in the New Testament that in the last days that the Jews would come back to
And they would hear and they would respond.
That they would have a longing for him, for the true Yahweh.
Right.
Yeah.
And they would hear and they would respond. Not only that, but there's prophecies in Joel, repeated again in the book of Acts, that says, and your young men will dream dreams, and your old men will have visions, and your sons and daughters will prophesy. And by the way, the moon will turn to blood red.
And that might happen in the next couple of years.
Well, we've got blood moons coming this year and next year. By the way, folks, if you want to jump in and ask questions about this, you want to ask questions about the blood moon phenomena, I'm